Okay, so I'm going to right click this, save the image as, and I'm just going to call this MCG underwear and load it. Okay. I'm also going to show you, because Xbesame puts these on hers, but not everybody does. So I'm going to go here to home, and I'll show you where you can find it. You click over to your create button, and the second one called virtual goods policy, click that. Scroll down, and this is telling you how to pass MCG, which is your minimum coverage guidelines. That's what it means. And you just keep scrolling down, and it explains all the different ways you can be banned. And see how it's telling you what has to be covered, these red areas. Okay, so, and on the man, these red areas have to be covered. So they give you, I have never used the men's one because I've never made, I guess that would be a Speedo. But anyways, it's here too. You can right click and get it here. So it's a really easy to find. Okay, so now I'm going to get rid of that. And I already got that, so I don't need that anymore. And I don't need all these. They're probably just going to make me lag. I don't need that. Okay, I'll keep those up. We'll see if they make me lag. If not, I'll just get rid of them. Okay, so you go here to your girl, bring your GIMP up, bring up your underwear or that we saw, and I called it MCG underwear. So, and you will see that I'm not organized when everything loads. Okay, it's 12:37. Don't forget that, because I don't like to tape more than maybe a half an hour to 45 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to go to my MCG underwear, bring it up. And I do have the old GIMP. I've never upgraded, but it's the same as yours. Mine's just not docked. And what docked means is that all these things are stuck to them like that. Mine are movable. And actually, you can undock yours too on the new one. I've never seen anybody do it, but you can. I like being able to move these out of the way, but some people like the new one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is on my toolbox here is, this is a free select tool. I'm going to click it. And then I'm going to zoom this up. Underneath here is background. I'm going to go to 400, use my slide to go over, and use my slide to go up. I never move it by moving the actual texture. I always move it using the slides, so you don't move your texture out of the way. Now, a trick is to take the arrow and move the arrow over till you can see the white. That way you can click outside of the texture. So I'm going to go outside the texture after I clicked. It doesn't work if you do it without going over into the white. Okay, so then I'm going to follow this bra strap. You want to do this neatly, and in the least amount of clicks is the neater it'll be, okay? So you try to go and follow it with the least amount of clicks to get it. Now on curves, you got to use a little more, you got to click it a little more. So, and then just try to follow it as perfectly as you can. And I've seen some people who cannot do this good, and I don't understand, because it'll be all jaggedy. But I'm not going to bitch if you don't do it right the first time. You want to do this pretty perfectly, because this is going to be the shape of your fit. So if you get it nasty looking, your fit will look nasty. And you also kind of want to get it perfect up here, because that will make your strap match. So up on the top of the straps is pretty important. Now you can change it. You can always edit. I have maybe once or twice did this perfectly. And I saved it when I did it. So then you go down here, and yes, you will get some skin. And then if you click over again, then you can go outside of it. If you can't, you have to be on the edge or inside. If you're new and you forget, just do inside, because you can clean it up later. But if you click up, see the arrow goes up, you can go outside, Go all the way over here, go over again so you can see all that white, go outside, and then you can just take your arrow down here. And that, if you do it that way, you got the edges completely and you don't have to worry about cleaning it up, okay? Go to your edit and fill it with black. It'll be on either your foreground or background color. You're already on the outside, so you can do the middle now. Go on the outside. Now you don't have to be quite so neat. Just depends on what you care about. But nobody's going to see this. So follow into there. Go over. Go down to the top of your underwear. I just go over that white right there. Everybody asked about that, so I just mention it. And nobody's going to see any of this, so it doesn't have to be as neat, okay? They will see the top of the bra, though. Click your arrow back over so you can go outside of it. Meet those two. And fill that with black. Okay, now to get rid of your lines, you can always click this. It's called a rectangle select, and just click outside of it, the highlighted lines, and then that goes away. If you want to undo it, you can undo it and see it, and then you can redo it. And it just is select none, is all it does. It gets rid of it. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to white paint, and I'm going to grab my white paint, and I'm going to fill in my bra. And just the red on both sides. Okay. I'm going to resume it to the underwear. Now here, I'm not going to fill it in right where the red is. I'm going to go over. I'm going to go back to my rectangle select, and underneath the underwear, I'm going to go underneath it and off to the side of it. So I got skin. And the reason I do that is because if you follow the red exact, it's not going to pass MCG because they didn't do it right. And then fill that in with white and do the same thing in the middle. Go inside the skin, or outside the skin, or whatever you want to call it, outside the red. You don't got to go like really, really far, but you want to get a little bit. And you can see the shading of her leg. So, yeah, so you can go in, you can make sure that it's inside of that. And then fill that in with white. And no, these won't match perfectly. And you go back over so that you're in your white. And then they're not going to match perfectly, but we're not making a bikini, so you don't got to worry about it. If you want to make a bikini or some underwear, yeah, you do kind of want them to be neater. And these are going to look like granny panties, but they'll pass. So we're hoping they're going to pass. We're going to check in a minute. Okay, now that you did that, now you can go and follow your white. So go back over to your edge. Outside of it, follow the white. You don't got to worry about being all that neat on these, because no, like I said, nobody's going to see your underwear. And don't worry about skin showing. It won't show up in your fit. What'll show up is maybe a grayish. The computer will think of it as shades of gray, so it might be a little blurry, but it's not going to be that bad, so don't worry about it. Then you just go to the bottom and make sure that you're in the white. Make sure you're in the white over here, and then go back up, click those. Now you don't have to do cleanup. If you don't remember to click over on your edges like that, you'll have to do a cleanup. And what I mean by that is you take a black paint and you go along the edges with black like that. And you want to get rid of any skin showing on those edges, okay? What you'll get is you'll get a thin line of see-through material. And you might have a line of see-through material up your back if you don't do that. But we're just going to name this the same thing, and that's your underwear. It was pretty quick and easy. And then once it loads, I'll replace it, and then I'll put my underwear on and my opacity. And this is what I want you to pay attention to. I'm just going to take this off right here and make it black, the dress, for now. Okay, so you're going to be able to see the underwear. Okay, here's her underwear. As you can see, they're not super neat. And there's some shredding right there. Don't worry about that. Now, on the back of her, you see no black. So she's going to pass. That right there, we're going to want to clean that up because that strap doesn't match. Up here at the top, see the straps don't really quite match right here. See? You can fix that too. Other than that, what you want to do is you want to click your girl and you want to do your MCG pose. You don't see any red on her crotch. She's going to bend over so she passes because there's no red here. Then she's going to bend over someday. And you're going to want to zoom in, use your arrows, and then go from side to side and look and see if there's any red that you can see down the front of her top. And there isn't, so she passes. Now for strap cleanup, what you want to do is, okay, this one, these side to side ones, you can go like this and take an arrow, this, like that. It won't show up in your fit. Put it where you want it. And why is it showing that they should match? That one's a little above. That one's a little above. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, what you can do is you can go here, black out the sides of your strap. Okay. Take your rectangle select. And what I would do just to make it neat, here's a way to make it so that you just know. You go to your layer, make a new layer. On top of your new layer, zoom it up, go over, make yourself a strap that matches, that goes straight across, anchor it, go to layer, duplicate the layer, go to layer, transform, and flip it, and it's on this side. Now, there's that one, and you can go back to your layers and merge that down if you want. So you merge it down with your other one. Save that one, and it should meet straight across. And you'll see that that line does not show up. So go back to your underwear. And this should be neat right here. And it is. See how it neatened right up? Okay, now on the top of your straps, what you would do is take away or add some black. So, and you have to, on your back strap, they're the opposite side of what you're looking at. So if you're looking at your right strap on your template, you then on your back, you're looking at the left strap. And so for this one, I wouldn't even worry about the back strap. I would maybe add a little white to the front strap, and that will be on the right, and maybe make the inside strap a pixel wider. So on the right, on the inside, you would go up here, and you don't even need to go all the way down. I would just take my free select and just go like maybe, and that might even be too wide. Let me make it really big. Is that maybe about there? And then just go straight down and go inside your white. You don't want to go on the outside. And then you're going to see if that neatened up that strap. And then on the other one, this one on your back strap, towards the neck, towards the middle of your back, on your back strap, it needs to be a little less wide. So you're looking at your right one, so it'll be your left one, and it's towards the back, so it'll be on the inside, because you have to think of her neck right around here. So over here, You would go up and maybe take just a tad bit, maybe a pixel of it, like I said. And just try to, you don't want to take the whole width off. You just want to take some of that off. I don't even know if that's going to be wide enough. Um, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on neatness. I'm just showing you real quick so that you'll understand how to clean your own up, okay? And then fill that in with black. And then you can save it and see if it's a little neater. Now on your own fit, you want your own fits to be as neat as possible. But this way, once you make this underwear, you will always have straps. And you can change those straps, but you'll always know where they meet. And they'll always meet right. So you really do want a pair that is perfect. At least one pair that's perfect. See, this one still isn't. This one is perfect. This one is not. So you'd want to play with that one a little bit more, okay? Once you got a pair of underwear that have a pair, now you can always take the bra off. You just want to change the name of them. So once you got your underwear made and they're perfect, you can just black out the bra and call it MCG underwear only. Or if you want to make another pair of underwear, but you don't want that kind of cleavage or anything, what you can do, add a layer. You want to always name these different so you don't lose them. And you can take this right here, just take off this, color it in with black. You see how you can still see that top strap. Now you can make any kind of a front or back that you want, if you still want a strap but not that strap. And you can add a strap over the top, but you know where it meets. And so that's why I like to teach you a strap. Now you don't have to sit there and play every single time you make a pair of underwear to get one and know where the strap goes, okay? Okay, so now that you got this in, I'm going to pretend like that other strap matches, but I'm not going to spend too much time on it. So now that we got that in, we're going to make our dress opacity. Now this is a basic class. I don't like to get too technical when you're just learning. So all we're going to do is take our free select and go inside the bra. We don't want to get any black. We want to go straight through the white. And like I said, just go over here to the edge and you can go outside of it. I'll move that out of the way. So that you're on the outside. And then you can go, see how you can go down? Just go out. Well, when you're in a little one in 100% or whatever, you can go outside. If you're zoomed up, you have to go you have to click your arrows. Okay, I'm not going to worry about making this neat. I'm just going to, well, it will be. There, you can tell the line didn't jag. I'm going to fill that with white. But if it's not neat, if it doesn't go straight across, you just go like this and you take paint and make it black, okay? And then you can make any size you want. This will be a short dress, and if you go longer, it'll be a long dress. It just depends on how much white you put in it. So that's an opacity. Anything white will show up. Anything black will be skin. Also, do you understand how to make your colors 100%? On your opacities, they need to be 100%. So your black, well, this just is 100%. It'll say 0. 0 is the same thing as 100% because I'm in my default color. So say that you're not in your default color. Say you picked a black and you like that black and you say, oh, that's a pretty black, I'm going to keep it. And up here it says 1. That's not 100%. So go over, click the very edge, and now you have 100%. If you want white, it's over in this corner. And then these will turn white and it's 99%. So click over and it's 100%. And the reason you want that is because the computer will differentiate with grays. And you don't want there to be any gray. And even a little bit off, the computer will see it as gray. And if you make the outsides of this black, and it's not 100% black, the computer will see it as gray. And what you'll get is a shadow in the shape of your underwear, all the way from your collar all the way down. And you don't want that. Okay, so you got to rename this. Don't name this your underwear. So I'm going to call this your MCG dress. And this is very basic, but we're going to get to the fun part. Okay, so this is your MCG G dress, and we're going to put it in our opacity on the second one. So you do understand where they go, right? Okay, the top one was your underwear. The bottom one is your dress. And then your opacities are on your right and your textures are going to go on your left. So this is your dress. It's not quite a mini. If you want it shorter, you can take some off. Just black it out. If you want it longer, you can go all the way down or as far down as you want. Okay? So, do you want it a mini or what? You like it like it is? Okay, now there's two ways that you can make your texture. You can Google or you can make your own texture. So, which way do you want to learn? Well, I can show you. Do you know how to make a texture seamless? Okay, you don't know how to make a texture seamless? My goodness. You know what? Rose is supposed to teach you all that, but I'm going to show you. And you don't remember it? Okay, I'll just do a pattern so that you can see what I'm talking about. So I'll do blue pattern fabric. And I'm just Googling one, alright? You can Google anything. And I'll grab one that I think will look okay. Oh, I'm not going to yell at her about it. This is actually part of my class, but we decided, even though it is part of the class, that you probably should already know it, but you don't have to. I mean, it is part of the original class that we were going to do. I don't know. It doesn't really matter which one, but let's do a blue on blue lace. That's pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to click it, and I'm going to save it, and I'm going to call it blue on blue. Blue on blue lace. I'm going to name it a PNG instead of a JPG because it comes out a little better if you do. Now, go back here, bring that up. So, you don't have to, you can make your own, you don't have to do a Google texture, you can make your own. Oh, there's another thing. There is another way that you can do. I'll just do it and show you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new 256 by 256 square. Okay, and do you understand the sizes of the 256 by 512s? Okay, so almost all your clothes are going to be in 256 by 512. You do know that when you look over here, it'll tell you. It tells you right there what the measure is recommending. Okay, so bring these back up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a layer. I made this black so I can see the white edges. You know, there's white, and instead of white on white, it's going to be black on white, just so I can see. So I made this with a layer on top. This one, I'm going to go to the image and scale it, and I'm going to make it 128 by, and it's already square, so it's just going to go to 128. And I did it 128 so that it'll be half of the width. You really don't have to worry about the length right now, but this one will just be perfect. An easy way to do this would be just to go and zoom it and do it, but I'm just going to show you like this. You're going to take over here. See how this says pick a layer or a guide on my move? You go to move the active layer. That way you never move the background. So I move the active layer. I'm going to zoom it up and make sure that it's in right. And it's not on the top. You can see the line. So you want to make sure that you get it over the black, but not, you don't want to overlap. You want it perfectly on the edge. So now that it's perfectly on the edge, since it's on a layer, I'm just going to anchor it. And this is the easiest way I can do this. And this works perfectly because it's a perfect square, but they are not all going to do that. You might have to move some. I'm going to duplicate the layer under layers, and then I'm going to transform and flip it under layers. Then I'm going to merge it. Yep. Then I'm going to merge it under layers, duplicate it again, and transform and flip it vertically and merge it. This is what we don't. This is something I've learned that's new. I've never taught this in my class before, but I'm going to teach you now. I'm going to go to edit and copy this. You got to make sure it's all merged together so it's one complete square. I'll just, in fact, I'm going to merge the visible layers just to make sure. Okay, I'm going to copy that when it's all one layer. Okay. And then you can even do it right here. And then I'm going to go to edit paste as. Right here. Not paste, but paste as. And paste as a new pattern. And then this will show up. I'm going to erase my pattern and I'm going to call it blue lace. And then I'm going to say OK. And it didn't paste it, okay? So it's not pasted. Then I'm going to go here. The reason I'm teaching this is because this makes it your original pattern. This, nobody will call this Googled. If somebody complains and said they think you Googled, you can come back to your fit and you can show them that you did not Google this. You actually made this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tool. It's got like different colors and a line on it. It's called Select by Color tool. I'm going to select the white and it didn't get it all, so I'm going to undo it. And down here I'm going to raise my threshold up a little bit. And now select it. It still isn't getting as much as I want. I'm going to raise it up a little more. Okay, that's probably enough. And the threshold tells you, it tells them how much of similar colors surrounding it wants. Okay? So I want all the similar colors. Actually, I might even want to go up a little more. Okay, that way I got all the similar colors, so I'm getting the edges of that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it and add a layer and paste it. And then I'm going to anchor it. And what that did is it gave me a transparent over the top, okay? Make sure that you're clicking on that layer. I'm going to go to the white and select it. I'm going to go to my, well, I don't think I need to select it. I think I'm going to just go to my bucket fill. My pattern should already be there. And it's not doing it. Why not? Maybe I should select it first. It's going black. Why is it doing black? Let me go here. Undo. Undo select by color. Turn that whole thing black. Okay, well, whatever. It ain't gonna do it on my bucket fill. My bucket fill wants to be brat. Oh, that's why I didn't put it on pattern. Okay, I'm teaching and I'm being stupid. Okay, down here on your bucket fill at the bottom, it says pattern. Click it and your pattern goes in. Alrighty. Okay. Don't tell anybody. Anyway. Okay, so now you got your pattern in there. And you're going to add another layer. So now that pattern is yours. Before you add a layer, I'm not going to add a layer yet. While I am on here, go to your filter, go to decor, add a bevel. I'm going to make sure that this is checked off. You don't want work on copy always coming up. I want to keep my bump layer. I am going to go down to a 2. And I'm going to bevel it, and you can see it bevels. See how it puts this little bevel across the top? Now it's up to you how deeply you want it beveled, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my layer, transform, flip it horizontally, bevel it, and then I'm going to go and undo it, undo my flip horizontally. Then I'm going to go to my layer, and I'm going to transform and flip it vertically. And I'm going to bevel it, and then I'm going to undo my flip vertical, or just reflip it, and then you'll get a bevel on the bottom, and you got a bevel on the edges and all around here. The only problem with this is you probably got a bevel here, and you did, on the edge. So what you do is you take your free select, just take a little bit of a line, and then you go to image, transform, flip horizontally, copy, undo flip, paste. Or you don't have to do it on image, you can do it on layer. And then flip horizontally, copy, undo flip, and paste. and put it on the other edge. This will get rid of that beveled seam that'll go up the side of your clothes. So now you have a nice little bevel look. And if you want, while it's still in here, if you want your lace to be a different color, you can change it. You can deepen it. Do you understand your color saturations? You go to hue saturation. It's going to take a minute for this to come up. Now, you can go to colorize the image, but it will color everything. And this has got, like, the background of the blue has got like a white. It's like a white with a blue lace over the top of it. It looks like light blue, but it's really white with a blue lace over the top of it. So if you go to hue saturation instead of the colorize the whole entire image, then you get more of a differentiation in your colors. So you might, you're not really going to be changing the background color as much. Just like you can go here, see how the background don't really change, but just the color does. So saturation deepens the color or takes it away. So if you want gray or black, you can go all the way down and then take your lightness down. See? So saturation is just how deep of a color. Like if you want a real jewel tone, you go all the way up. If you want it more grayish blue, you go there. And then your hue is just what color you want, okay? So, oh, what, you don't, just give it to me and I'll sign it. I'm not dressed. Okay, then if you also want, you can go to Enhance and Sharpen. And this is up to you. And you can sharpen it a little bit if you want. It's just up to you if you want it sharpened. Okay, now you can go, once you got the background the way you want it, the lace looking the way you want it. Who is that? I'm just telling I'm teaching. What are these?
I don't know. Just
right here?
yeah, he said sign on one line, print on the next.
I can't see. What's today? The 27th? I'm just gonna put it here, just in case I need. Okay. I wonder if this is my check. Oh, sorry. What is this? Oh, these are just brats. They're not gonna give me a check. Alright. Okay, so what time is it? We might be able to finish this before the thing ends, I'm not sure. We're going to go back here. We added another layer, right? So you're going to go to your colors. You can use black and white or you can use blue. Like a dark, dark blue, almost black. Go to your color, make your paintbrush smaller. Okay, your breast doesn't go down as far as you think, okay? I don't start right here in the corner. I start about halfway over. And I make like a little arc. And then duplicate it, transform and flip it, merge it, go to my blur, Gaussian blur, and bring that up to about 19. And then make another layer, make it white or a light blue, whichever you want to do. Make my brush a little bit bigger. Just make a couple dots, and then Gaussian blur those, go up to about, I don't know, 20 or so. Maybe 20 to 25, whatever. And this, cause it's a lace, it's not going to show up that much. On here, on your other one, I might even make a little, I might duplicate it to make it a little deeper, darker, because of the lace, it's not really showing up that much. Now, make another layer, go back to your dark blue. You want to figure out where your butt is. It's not all the way down because it's not a mini. So we're going to go, what I'm going to do is, did I save this at all? I'm going to save this as my, and you want to change the name again, so I'm just going to put texture next to it. And then you can kind of tell by the pattern. In my texture, I'll put MCG dress texture. Okay, so you can see it's seamless. And it's going to be just above these little white lace things on the bottom is where our butt's going to start. So you're going to, that's where the white things are at right there. Okay, so just kind of make a little arc. And then duplicate that and flip it. Merge those. Go back to your Gaussian blur. I'm just going to make that 19 again. And that's a little darker looking. If you want it to be less dark, you just go to your layers and bring your opacity down. Okay? Now then you add another layer. Go back to your white paint. And you put your little dot in there, duplicate that layer, flip that, merge it, and then blur these, and you might want to go up a little bit with that. And if it's too white, same thing, you can take your opacity down on it. Then save it. And also with every single step you can save and check it out. Okay? So you can just, I do that most of the time. I put it in, put one little thing in, save it, check it out. Put another thing in, save it, check it out. And because they're on a layer, if they're not in the right spot, you can move them around. So if you don't want, see how dark that is? If you don't want that so dark, you can always go back to it. And you just find it. And it's not that one, it's not that one, it's this one. You just click it, bring your opacity down, make it less dark. Now, if you want to get even more technical, or more, not technical, but more detailed, you can also shade the back, put like a little V there, and then you can go down like this. And you can put like a V there. Duplicate it. You can do this one at a time. You don't have to do it all together. Merge those together. And then reshow the Gaussian blur. These you don't want them to be very dark at all. So you want to take your take that down a bit. Add another layer. Go to white on the edge of here. You can just follow that with white. And here, I'm going to do this in a smaller brush though. You can go like this, just go down a little bit and curve, and it'll give you the appearance of your shoulder blade. I don't know if you really want to go down that far, because this does already go down kind of far. The actual fit does, but we'll be able to look at it in a minute. Blur these. Take your opacity on these down. Then you can save that. Oops. Okay. Okay, now you see you get like the dimply look above your breast. Okay. On the front, it gives that little shine down your leg. Um, just going to do this real fast. I'll just throw this on. Load. Hmm. What did I just do? There she goes. So you can put a girl on and see what she looks like. And that would be basic, but you can still make nice detailed fits even though you're just beginning and learning. Oh, another thing you can do up here at the top. I'm just going to do this real fast. I'm going to go here. I'm going to put a new layer on. I'm going to color it in with dark blue. I'm going to save that as MCG. I'm just going to call it dark blue. I'm going to put that in the underwear. When you make a fit from your underwear the way we did, where we just followed the lines, the underwear always looks a little wider. It's a layer, and the first layer is always going to be a little wider. So you want to match that color up, because what it does is it gives you an edge. So I just gave it a dark blue edge, or if you want, you can make it something different. I'll take this hair off so you can see. It edged it all around. So you can put any color you want in there. It kind of makes it look like it's a seam. Okay? Thank you. But that would be that part of it. I'm going to stop the tape and hopefully it'll load, because I don't know how far over we went. Let me see.